Okay, so now we have our InDesign document open and with all of our guides and columns set. So we just pop onto the desktop. You can see here, I'll just transfer to my pointer. You can see here that we've got this red line. This is your bleed that all of your images need to extend beyond in order to be a proper bleed. The further over that line they extend, the better, just as a bare minimum. That's what you want to have. Then you can see here you have these pink and purple bounding boxes for your columns, and then the wider sort of gap in between versus the top and bottom. So this is what you set up, and this is the basic document. Now what I want to show you in this one is how to set up your master pages. Master pages are really useful because they allow you to set up templates that you can just pull down and drop into your layout. So for example, if you have 2 feature articles or an article and an interview, you might want to use the same layout for those 2 articles or those 2 pieces that you're going to put in your magazine. That'll give you some consistency across your layout and show that you understand those codes and conventions when it comes to the layout and design of a magazine. So you make those templates and then you pull them down whenever you need them and you drop in the components. And because they'll have the rulers in place, the text boxes in place, the columns in place, they will be the same. So they give you that sense of continuity across everything. Then there's also the features that you have on every page that you want to have consistent, like your headers, your footers, your page numbers. All of those can go into your master pages and those will be copied over. The tricky thing is you want to make sure that you're not putting anything on your master pages that you don't want on every single page. So for example, you might not want a page number on every page. You might want a page number on every right-hand side page, or you might want, I don't know, like a little graphic with the magazine name or a footer every 3 pages. So that's where that style guide comes in. You want to refer to that and see how often do you want your page numbering? How often do you want the header or the footer? Go back to those reference magazines that you've been looking at and see how different, how do they address those sort of key codes and conventions differently. And then that's what's going to, again, be the building blocks for you creating these master sheets or these master templates. So if we pop back onto the desktop, up here, you'll see you have a parent, okay? Now, these are your master documents, or these are your master templates that you're going to drop down. And you see here, you have A. So these are all replication of this blank A parent, okay? And if I put something onto that parent, so if I double click, I'm now looking at the parent document. A little bit confusing because you don't know that unless you're looking at your sort of control panel over here on the side. But watch what happens if I put a text box in and let's say I put in the word food is good because I'm hungry. And then I go down into my document. You'll see that is on every single one on the left-hand side. Okay. So what this means is you only want to put those pieces of information that you want copied over onto everything. And I don't want the text copied onto everything. I want to have style things on this page. So things that tell me about where to start columns and stop columns, and things that will be consistent across the whole thing. So let's add some information into this first master. I'll come over here. Let's get my selection tool, bring it back to the center, and of course I'm going to get rid of that box. So on my first master, I'm going to do what I need for my feature article, and then I've decided I'm going to do an interview as well. So the layout that I've chosen for my feature article is to have a full bleed image on the left-hand side of my absolutely awesome portrait. And then I'm going to have negative space at the top, and I want my text to start on the lower half so that I can put my headings and subheadings up in this top area here. and maybe do a bit of a design work around with how I handle the font. So I'm going to put in my image bounding box. I want it to be full bleed, so I'm going to extend it beyond that red square. Then I want to make sure that on every single starting page for my feature article that the body text always starts at the same height. So one way to do that is to use a ruler. If I grab my selection tool and I go up to my ruler, I click and I drag it down, you'll see this little blue line, and it only travels around one of them. I'm going to put that, I want it a little lower than halfway. And if you look on your left-hand side on the ruler, you can see a little line moving up and down, and that tells me where it's at. So that's at, 165. There's also coordinates that come down with that line. I'm going to put this, I'm going to drag this down here, just in case. Now, none of these lines are going to be visible once the magazine is printed. So you're not going to see them. They're just there as a guideline so that you know that you're following the same protocol every single time you use this set of MasterPages. Okay, so that's one that I'm going to use, and that's my A parent. But I don't want this to be across all of them. I then also want body text. So in order to create my new parent pages, I'm going to just click on this little hamburger here, add new parent, and I'm going to save that as feature body text. Number of pages, 2, size A4, so all of that should be standard. Click, and then if you look here, there's my body text. So if I've decided that my feature is going to be page 4 and 5, I can take my parent, make sure they're both selected, drag them down, and I'm going to drop them because I have my cover first, then I have my contents and contributors page and maybe an ad, then I'm going to get into my feature here. There we go. So when I click on these pages, there's my sort of outline of how I want it done. So I've got that to follow. But then I want to drop in my body text pages. So I'm going to select both of them. And I'm going to put those in underneath. Okay, and there we have my B, so my body text B. So I can just fill those in, excuse me, and I can drop in the text that I want into those columns. And there might be some images that I put in as well. So you can add your guides in to show where you want your images in as well. But it kind of, you want to keep yourself a little bit flexible because you're not sure necessarily what images you're going to get for your feature article. But that's how you create your parent, how to add some guidelines to it, and then copy them down. It will mean that you'll need to delete some of the pages that you've already made, because if you look, you're already starting to add pages. There you go, you've got 13 and 14 now. We don't want to add any extra. So you've got A as your cover, and I actually don't want this A as my cover because that's not, doesn't give me the sort of guidelines that I want. So I'm going to go and make another parent. Okay, so new parent. This one is called C. Okay, I'm going to call this one cover. And for cover, that gave me a double. I'm just going to pick one of them, drop it down here. I'm going to get rid of my A. So if I want to delete a page, I just grab it and bring it down to the trash bin, like so. And now C, which has no guides, is my cover. I've got my A. And you see here, I've got my B, which is an empty one. as well. Now, any changes that I make to that page are going to then be put onto the body documents. So if I go back and say, okay, I want to add a text box. So I want to have a text box that sits in the same spot on every page. I have it hanging there maybe. And I'll put in the word heading. If I look down now to a parent, okay, it's on all of them, but not on that body one. Okay, you can do another page, master page, for your ads as well if you want. So it's just up to you how many master or parent pages you want to do. For a 12-page document, you're not using a lot of different layouts because it's quite a short document. But when you get into making a magazine that's 150 pages, or like the log, the yearbook that we do at the end of the year, there's a lot of different pages and sections. And so master pages are really good for those more complex layouts where you have things that you want to repeat so that you are creating that feeling and look. But with a 12-page document where you're only maybe repeating that feature article layout twice, you'll only need a few of them. And of course, all of the things that are on that page, as long as you're not putting text on it, it's just about the boxes to show you where the objects are so that you have that consistency. So don't put text on that page like I did with the word heading. Make sure that you are only putting the guidelines and the marks to allow you to reference it when you're doing your layout. So now if you go into your InDesign document and think about what master pages do you need to include in your layout and what needs to be on them. So going back to your style guide, looking at the types of layout you're going to use for your headers, your footers, your page numbers. How do you want to lay out your body text? How many columns are you using? All of that research you've been doing, this is where it comes into play. So make sure you have your visual diary next to you while you are doing this so that you can consistently refer back to it during the process. So make your master pages. Good luck.